Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move strike last word.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, every parent dreams of a better future for their children. A high-quality education from an early age is a critical first step in their child's growth and development. Sadly, our system needs improvement to help parents reach these goals for their children, but this proposal is not the answer. This legislation shamefully discriminates against churches and religious institutions that provide child care services or rewarding the Democrats' union supporters with sweetheart deals on renovating child care facilities. And it would create a massive government-run system for child care providers with no regard to whether there's existing a similar federal agency with the same function. Throwing more taxpayer dollars at a problem without addressing the need is not the solution. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Congress has already spent a significant amount of money on child care, totaling $53 billion. This is equivalent to the entire annual revenue of the child care industry in 2019. Much of this needed federal funding has yet to reach the local communities and families for which it was intended. Adding another $27 billion in federal funding that this bill proposes is irresponsible and would only financially burden our children and grandchildren, the exact lives that we are trying to improve. While keeping in mind that we should be fiscally responsible for future generations, the best approach to expand access to affordable child care is to improve the current system and better leverage the existing $53 billion of funding. Under current law, financing for child care and early education involves multiple funding and programs with different eligibility requirements, governance structures, and quality standards. This creates challenges to families and communities in navigating services and can lead to overlap, gaps in services, and wasteful spending. That's why I introduced the Modernization Financing of Early Care and Education in America Act with my education and labor colleague, Mr. Burgess Owens. That bill will take a serious look at how we modernize and bring all these different funding streams together to find a way to update and modernize the financing. A maze of duplicate systems do not improve outcomes for our children. With the identification of duplicate programs and streamlining of federal funds, we can better use the existing $53 billion of taxpayer funding for our children through new investments, targeted funding, and preserving parent choice. In the end, child care reform is about increasing options for parents, for families, and providing better resources for our children. By reducing duplicate funding, streamlining the system, and leveraging available funds, we can achieve these goals for our children without compromising their future. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.